It finally happened. Nvidia stock is now above $1,000. They're doing yet another stock split. And on top of that all, they had a blowout earnings and a huge lookout to 2020, the end of 2024 and the year of 2025 for earnings expectations and overall growth. It was a huge day for Nvidia yesterday, and just looking at the stock now, you can see over the past several days, it has been rallying, and the $1,000 area was the area that we've been watching for a while, and if we pull on in here to a shorter time frame, we can see that on the daily chart, we had the pop yesterday after hours, and it jumped from around 960 after hours all the way up to above $1,000. And then this morning when we woke up, yet again in pre-market this morning, it jumped up to around 1,010 or 20, and then during open it pulled back a little bit and then just rallied throughout the morning, and now here we are around noon, 1 o'clock time frame, and we hit 1,050. Now, looking at all this big news and information, what does this mean for the stock moving forward, and should you be buying more ahead of the stock split? Because guys, the stock split is going to be a 10-for-1 stock split, and what does that mean? Well, for every one share that you own in Nvidia, you're going to now receive 10 more shares, okay? But because of that, they're going to split the stock into obviously 10 slices, which gives us the price of around, I think it was $9.50 when they announced the stock split. They're going to split that down to, it'd be $95. But if you only had one share at $950, you would now have 10 shares at $95. You see what I mean? So depending on what your overall average price is for the stock right now, and right before the adjustment happens, which I believe as of June 6th, they will receive an additional 9 shares of the stock, and then after market close on June 7th, the market's closed, and then on June 10th, that following Monday, they will begin trading on the split adjusted basis price. So that means that by June 7th, you have to own at least one share in order to get in on the split. So if you own the one share, and let's say the price is, if it stays around $1,000, then yeah, it'll be around $150 after post split. But it all depends what's going to happen here in the next 2 weeks. And a lot of the time, looking at Nvidia and the way that it's kind of played off of earnings, the stock tends to rally. But off of stock splits, that's another type of scenario, where a lot of the time when a company announces a stock split, it has a huge pop like we saw yesterday after hours and then today with Nvidia. But watch it the next couple days moving forward, and especially into next week, where I think that we'll have quite a big pullback overall. Now, not saying that we're going to dive back into the 500 area range, but we're definitely going to pull back, I believe, below $1,000 one more time before a huge rally up to the split. There's a lot of anticipation, a lot of hype right now, and a lot of people will be taking profits ahead of the split that are just in it for the short term. A lot of people love to play off this news and the rally post earnings, which is happening right now. This is a great time to be trading it, and then the end of this week or even early next week, we'll see a lot of people sell out and pull the stock price back down. But the stock overall, it's just been on a rally nonstop the past basically month or two. But even looking further, the past year has been insane for the stock. So looking forward, fiscal 2025 first quarter, Nvidia reported revenue that soared 262% year over year and recorded a $26 billion. That is an 18% quarter over quarter increase with an earnings per share of $6.12, guys. Analysts were expecting $24.6 billion with earnings per share of $5.59, so obviously blew it out of the water. Absolutely insane. So another big announcement that happened is they are going to increase their quarterly dividend by 150%. But read the fine print here. They're going to increase it from the 4 cents it's currently at to 10 cents. That's a huge jump. But post-split basis is going to be pulled back down to 1 cent. So it really depends. Obviously, the share price will be down to $100, which will in turn make the actual split price of the dividend down to 1 cent. But to me, I don't understand what the change of the quarterly dividend was, bringing it up to 10 cents. which I get gives us more in the grand scheme of things, because splitting 4 cents divided by 10 would just screw us even more. But now they increased it to 10 cents to pull it back down to 1 cent. So yeah, we're going to be getting less of a quarterly dividend now, but I guess it's technically more than what we would be getting if there was no increase at all. So the increase on the quarterly dividend was needed there, and definitely will be helpful for longer term investors moving forward. Speaking of dividend, I did find another really good stock out there right now that increased their dividend that I'm going to make a video on, so stay tuned for that one. But anyway, Nvidia has been on fire and it has been moving higher, and I believe that in the short term, you play off this thing, you trade it. I think we could see $1,100, $1,200 by the end of this week, early next week, but I think we see a major pullback, or at least some sort of pullback, between now and the time of the stock split occurring around that June 6th, June 7th time frame. So we got a couple weeks, but I definitely think that you keep watching this thing and see what happens over the next several days and upcoming weeks in the short term for trading him. Now long term, I think that if you want to get in for the long term, the thing is not going to, yeah, it'll have a temporary pullback between now and earnings, or between now and the stock split, but I believe that if you don't get in now, you're not going to be able to get in until after that stock split with the price that we currently see it at. You're getting a good, not a good discount now, but you're getting in before the stock split, because I believe that after the stock splits, again, there's going to be a huge surge in new buyers getting into it. With the price looking better, but at the same time, you're getting the same amount of stock, because if you buy 1 share now at $1,000 or you buy 10 shares at $100, there's no difference there. It's just the way that you look at it. Obviously, it will be more enticing for those that can't afford $1,000 worth of Nvidia, so instead they wait after the stock split, and then they're like, I can buy 2 or 3 shares and only spend $300-$400 of Nvidia, and that for some people is more is a viable option. But just looking at the stock itself, I mean, this is just insane. The overall run that we've had has been just, it's been crazy, and I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon, especially after these earnings. There will be pullbacks here and there, like the pullback we had here and like the pullback we saw here, but overall, I think that we see a rally to around $1,100, maybe close to that $1,200, which a lot of price targets are at. Speaking of that, let's see what price targets are at right now with the stock itself, because there was a lot of news on companies raising their price target, and definitely I want to be able to see what we're looking at here. Okay, so the highest price target right now is $1,400. The average price target is around that $1,800 to $1,200, which was a lot of price target raises from a lot of companies. Raised it from around $900 to around that $1,200 price, and then a low price target of $870. So a lot of strong price target upgrades from large corporations, which also helps drive the price, the stock price of Nvidia. So there's a lot going for it. Let's just keep moving forward, and let's keep seeing what we're gonna do in the future with the stock. I like the odds that there will be a slight pullback between now and earnings, or between now and the stock split, and then post stock split there's gonna be a huge rally. It just tends to happen with stock splits, and then we'll see what happens after that. But guys, if you're in the short term, I think that you can definitely trade off this thing. Watch it get close to that $1,100-$1,200 area. We already had a massive day today. It's approaching that 1060 area, so definitely a lot of opportunities, up 11% on the day today. But longer term, if you're looking to get in it before the stock split, now is a good time to watch it over the next several days and upcoming weeks. But if you're looking even longer term and you want to wait for after the stock split, and maybe you can't afford the price right now, definitely a viable option. Wait for it to pull back down. Remember, it's a 10-for-1 stock split, so if it gets cut at $1,000, it'll be down to $100 per share. Guys, let me know in the comments down below what you think of the stock Nvidia. Leave a like if you guys are new here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, everybody.